from regular people and on the media and in TV and movies that African-American dads just don't stick around. And you might have heard this, in fact, not just from conservatives, from liberals as well. Well, it turns out that is just another myth of American politics. So here's the thing, there is some information out there, statistics, that make it seem like that is true, and that is what a lot of this belief is based on. The fact that the CDC said back in 2013 that in nearly 72% of births to non-Hispanic black women, the mothers were unmarried. And that sort of information is used to underlie basically like everything that hypothetically the government could do to benefit this population. The answer is the dads just aren't around. The families are split up. They're not actually doing anything. Although, when you actually look into the day-to-day interactions of African-American dads with their kids, they are not just meeting other groups, they are in fact exceeding them. Now let's bring up this chart and you're gonna see examples of this. So on the left you have fathers living with their children, on the right fathers not living with their children. Now how involved is each group in these different categories? So in terms of they fed or ate meals with their children daily, by 5 points, black dads are actually more likely to do that than white dads and more likely than Hispanic dads. In terms of bathing their kids, again, significantly more likely. That is, they're just barely beaten out in playing with children to white dads, but 0.5, probably margin of error, more likely to read to their children daily. Those are the ones actually living with their children. But the criticism often is, the issue is that they're just not living with their children. But you see on the right, even the black dads not living with their children are again more likely to actually do these activities, in some cases fairly more likely than the white and Hispanic dads are. So it seems like if we're gonna continually say that the problems in this community is that they're just not around, we should probably have to square that with this data.
And the reason that it seemed like they not around is just because of the simple fact that they don't get credit for being around. I mean, that's just the truth. A lot of them don't get the credit for being around, even if they're around or not. Some of them literally probably there all the time, but for whatever reason, they don't get the credit. And then just listen to what he's saying. We do everything with our kids. They barely do anything with their kids. And then on top of that, we do the shit that matter. The one thing that the closest they get to us is playing with their kids. And then we come to find out later on that be weird shit, but that's a whole nother story. Either way it go, we put time in. Just don't get credit for it. But it's cool. We don't get credit for nothing, honestly. Like, it's very few things that any man gonna get credit for. You feel me? So if you decide that you want to support the show in other ways, one other way you can support the show is by going over to the website and purchasing one of many Ted Politics show, because we worldwide, baby. And if you just want a little extra flavor for those cappers, boom, tell them stop the cap. We don't got time for all that cap shit, man. So, if you decide you want to support me to the fullest, you can either buy a Stop the Cap shirt or a Ted Politics show worldwide. Either one will show me love. It don't matter which one you buy. Whichever one you buy is going to show me love regardless. I appreciate y'all in advance.